What's up, guys? Atapark here, and today we are going to continue the series that we have started a little while ago, where we talk about how to be a great whatever. This is where we look into taking whatever it is, your officers, your guild, your raiders, your guild leader, whatever the case might be, and how to transform that thing from a mediocre, average, okay player, guild officer, raid leader, etc., to an above average, and then an amazing whatever it may be. An amazing guild, an amazing raid leader, a great raider, a great healer, whatever the case might be. And today, as I've promised, we want to do probably the most basic, but the most important one for this channel. And that is obviously how to be a great raider. A raider in general. This is the guy that shows up, that kills stuff, that logs off, that has no leadership responsibilities, that is not an officer, guild leader, anything like that. It is what the majority of you guys are, and that is kind of a role that everybody else falls into, right? If you're raiding, regardless of whether you're an officer in your guild, you are the group leader, the raid leader, whatever you are, you're still raiding. So these are things that, while very basic, are items and checks that everybody needs to make sure that they are hitting. Now, I will say, as I've said in the previous videos, this is not a complete list. By no stretch of the imagination is this a complete list. If you guys think of anything that I may have missed, throw it in the comments section down below, and hopefully we can have some healthy discussion about this. So, as I've said in every video, you need to know the fights. This is the most basic thing that a raider needs to do, is when they show up to raid, they need to know the mechanics. How many times is Nithendra going to drop rot? How many players are probably going to get rot based on the group size? What do you need to do in phase 2 for this fight? How do you move the boss for that fight? What is going to happen during this encounter? What do I need to know so that I can maximize DPS, healing, whatever, and I can minimize the damage that I take and the screw-ups that occur within this raid? Obviously, you want to know very broadly how the mechanics go. How does the fight work out? How does this whole fight play out? However, you also want to understand the smaller things. And these are things that make you go from an average raider to an amazing raider. The smaller things, like what movement abilities do you have to negate certain raid mechanics? If you get the breath on you for Nithendra, Displacer Beast, or Disengage, or Blink, or whatever the case might be, Ice Block. What can you do to minimize that damage? Can you use a defensive cooldown? If you know that there's an AoE that's about to hit, whatever it is, can you hit your defensive cooldown and make sure that you take less damage? Great example of this, Ursoc's Charge. People are going to get damage. Everybody's going to take damage. So why not use a defensive cooldown, once it's up? But then you also need to take a look at the utility that you bring. And me playing a druid, very obviously the biggest utility is that innervate. Am I making sure that I'm asking, or that I have thrown out there, if somebody needs an innervate, say something. I will throw it on you. I'll try to find you real quick and throw it on you. Am I scanning the raid during downtime? If I know Nithendra phase 2, really, DPSing is great, but you need to avoid the bugs. So that affords a decent opportunity to kind of scan through the raid frames real quick and go, okay, which one of my healers is really low on mana right now? Which one can I top off and help a little bit with them regenning mana and them keeping the raid alive? Aspect of the turtle for clearing brambles. Can a paladin bubble somebody that's about to die? What small things are going to make a huge, huge difference? The second thing is showing up on time. This means that if the raid starts, like my raid, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, your ass shows up at 8:45, not 8:59 and not 9:01. If you're there at 9:01, you are late. If you're there at 9 o'clock, you are late. This also includes being at the instance. yes, summoning portals and warlocks and all that stuff, they're great. They're very handy. We love them. But don't be that dick that every raid night, hey guys, can I get a summons? I get people run late. People have things to do. People forget. People finish up that mythic, plus 15. And, it's 2 minutes before raid, but they need to go do X, Y, and Z. I get it. But at the same time, don't make it a habit. Don't be that guy. And if you can't make it, if I'm going to be stuck late at work, the girlfriend, wife, husband, boyfriend, aggro, something's going on to where I am unable to raid tonight. Say something. However your guild or your group has it set up. My guild rather, we have a forum section devoted completely to raid attendance. So I know that if one of my raiders is out, they will have posted or should have posted in that forum post. In-game mail, text messaging, chat, Skype and Discord and all this stuff. Say something. Don't leave your raid hanging where they go, okay, it's time to raid, and I've invited everybody, and these 3 people aren't online when we're counting on you. That's the key thing to remember for attendance is you have the rest of the group literally counting on you, especially when it comes to Mythic. When you're looking at flex rating, the normal and heroic, you can get away with a non-healer, non-tank missing a night or being late. It sucks, but you can get away with it. But when it comes to Mythic, it makes things a little bit more difficult. Be ready. This is something that frustrates the hell out of me as a raid and guild leader. Is we're 2 bosses into something and oh shit, I forgot to get my rune or my coins for the week. Hey, is it cool if I hearth back to Dalaran and grab some coins? No, dude. We're about to kill another boss. You should have taken care of that an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours ago when you were in that mythic run. Be ready with potions, flasks, runes, preferably extra enchants. This is something that I would most definitely suggest that pushes you from that average player to that above average player is you have gems and enchants ready so that once something drops and you get it, you don't have to, 1, wait till after the raid to equip it. 2, you don't have to go, I need enchants and gems, I'm going to hearth out or let's take 5 minutes to go do this. No, you're not doing that because you have this stuff ready to go, which is an immediate upgrade for you and your raid because you can immediately equip it. And that is awesome. And to a lesser extent, it's really not a problem now, but however your guild or your group has it set up, have extra gold. Have the things that you are going to burn through for that night. The next thing is help others. I've mentioned this before, and it's something that I would encourage everybody to do, is to help other people. If you are a top tier tank, DPSer, healer, it doesn't matter whatever your role is. If you excel in that role, especially DPSers, because DPSers are the worst at this. If you excel at it and you know that you have a counterpart, you are, in my guild, there's like a bazillion mages and hunters. If you know that you're the top fucking hunter and you're well above the other hunters, pull them aside one night. Hey man, I want to help you with your rotation. Let's make sure you have everything down. Reach out that hand to help your guild members, your raid members, your group. 1, it creates a really cool bond where somebody goes, holy crap, like this dude cares, he's willing to help, he wants me to improve. And now don't get me wrong, that competition is awesome. But there's a difference between that competition where you guys are on an equal playing field and you're competing for the group or you're competing for yourself. You're just trying to show off. And that's the big difference. So if you are a top tier player, help other people. Check out their rotation, check out their logs, extend that hand to them. On the flip side though, if you are lower, and now I'm not talking, we'll throw a number out there for simplicity's sake, we'll say 100k DPS. If you are pulling 100K, and again, I know that is not a legit number in any type of, you should not be pulling 100K DPS. But let's say for simplicity's sake, 100K. And the next guy above you is 105K. Is there a problem? No, not really. But if you know that you're pulling 100K and everybody else is pulling 400 or 500K, there's a big problem. And you need to be willing to, one, take feedback, take criticism, take that hand that people hopefully are extending to you. Reach out to your guild members, reach out to those that are doing well. Reach out to your officers or your guild leader and go, look, I need some help. I'm obviously doing something wrong. And I get it, it's shameful, it's pride, it's all these things. Okay, I can understand that, but at the same time, how's your pride when you're at the bottom of the DPS meters? How's your pride when you have other people in the same roles with the same gear stomping the shit out of your DPS and laughing at you? And I would tell you as a raider, if someone comes to me and they go, look, man, you're doing pretty good, I'm not doing so hot, like, can we look at this? That's a lot of respect to that person for being willing to jump in and to get help, because that's really cool. Again, the key here, improve. I want you guys to continue to always improve. Next one. Simple, straight to the point. Don't be a dick. So many players here these days, especially, are jerks. Don't shit on other people's DPS. Don't make that big to-do about, oh, this guy, his DPS is shit. How would you feel? The golden rule here, like, it's simple, but how would you feel if somebody, came into your raid and started to a guild member, a person that you're supposed to be raiding with and working with, and, they're saying, your DPS sucks. Your tanking sucks. And that's it. Not, hey, you're really low on DPS, and I would suggest that you do these things to improve, but you suck. You're shit DPS. Ha ha ha. It's funny. No, it puts everybody in a bad mood. You get people to fight, you get people to quit, you get groups to disband because people get riled up, and blame gets put on this guy and that guy. It's simple. Just don't do it. Are you helping the situation? If not, don't friggin' do it. Don't argue with the raid leader. This is, again, a dick move. If you have a suggestion, hey, maybe we should move this 3-minute cooldown to this part, whatever. Okay, I'm not opposed to taking feedback as a raid leader. However, when I say, okay, these 5 websites and these 3 big-time YouTube video, or YouTube, Fat Boss and, whatever, these channels say you should handle X boss like this, and you saw one time in LFR that the group did it a different way, and it worked out for LFR, don't sit there and argue with me, telling me that you know a better way. It may be better, but we have already committed 20 wipes to this boss, doing it this way, and we're making progress. Why are we going to change things up now and start all over? Suggestions are fine, but do not vocalize your discontent. Whether it be DPS or, this raid leader sucks. Wow, this fucking group sucks. This raid sucks. Oh my god, all the DPS suck. You guys are shit. You guys are terrible. Does that help anything? It doesn't. Now, hopefully the dick part, as a guild member, as a devoted raider, you're not doing this. You're not running into this. And this is more of LFR behavior, but there are people out there that will do it in a normal guild run, in a scheduled, organized raid will do. Last thing here, don't be greedy. A lot of people get really worked up over loot. Oh my god, this thing dropped and he got it. I should have gotten that because I've been doing this DPS and whatever. It'll drop next week. It'll drop the week after that. Yes, Blizzard has done so far a really great job at pushing content. We're going to have Trial of Valor, which is going to open up a little bit more relics and, some more loot. And there's a lot of things that we're about to get. Nighthold in 2017, whatever else. And that's cool. But don't be a jerk about loot. You know, this whole group has contributed. Yes, some people lesser so. There could be reasons for that. Maybe they had additional responsibilities. Maybe they were doing something else. On the flip side, though, if you do get the gear, don't be greedy about it. Don't go, oh, well, that, on Defender, I got this item, but, we just killed Ursoc, and I also want this item. And, if we go to Cenarius, I need this. Dude, you got a piece of loot. Chill out. Like, if you get it, you get it. If not, it's okay. Don't be greedy about it. Don't be that guy that has to get all the loot or you rage and, all that crap. In general, the key to being a good raider is very simple. Do your job to the best of your ability. Work to the best of your ability with those around you. And don't cause problems. That's it. That is what separates a mediocre average player, raider, guild member from the amazing ones. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys like what I'm saying here. If you do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to follow this content right here. Again, I would love some comments in the comment section below. If I missed anything, if you want to discuss anything, by all means, throw it in there. And until next time, guys, I'll see ya.